Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. Nicole. This woman's an idiot. The thing about this woman is that she made a spectacular ass out of herself in this episode. You know, she's knocking on the door. She sees the towel situation, everything like that, and she literally blurts out, "Well, she literally asks, if I didn't know any better, I would sit there and say you two are having sex." Um, why is any of that your business? Like, seriously. And then when Jada's like, yeah, we did, she has this idiotic look on her face, this look of jealousy. And she's like, well, I think that you two are moving fast. And Jada's like, how is that any of your business? Well, he's my friend and I care about his well being. Jada had to sit there and remind her that you do realize that your husband is my boss, right? Like, you do understand that as as far as you being married, does that ring a bell? And it's like the thing that made her so stupid was that she was in the wrong, and she knew she was in the wrong, but she was so caught up in her idiotic feelings that she couldn't just gracefully bow out. No, she had to just steer the course. And I know somewhere in those tiny brain cells of hers that she realized that she stepped in it, that it's obvious to Jada that she's jealous. And that, again, Jada reminds her that she has a husband. That's her boss. Okay? She's aware of this. But for some odd reason, it's like, again, she's so caught up in her feelings. And I'm looking at this whole thing. I'm like, Nicole, if you want to sit there and save any shred of dignity, grace that you have, you should probably bow out. Like, just walk back, moonwalk back, do whatever you got to do, just go the other way. Now, after Eric was sitting there talking to Rome about his birthday, um, and asking him, "Oh, why? What's going on? You look like you worked up a sweat there." And Eric is like, "Well, it is hot, and you know, it's hot." Okay, Eric gets out of those line of questionings, and he's like, I need some tools to fix, Jada's AC. So she gets back there. She gets upstairs. He gets upstairs and he sees Jada and Nicole. And, Jada's like, you know what, listen, I'm just going to go and get dressed. And I'm pretty sure you two got a lot to talk about. So they both start, well, first, Nicole says that she has a dream about him. Nicole lies. Says it's like a song or cake or some crap that she made up. Then she asks Eric. Now, of course, what isn't they talking about? They're both thinking about their, sex dreams. While they're both doing that, Eric, which I didn't think Eric was going to lie, because I know that he's not a priest anymore, but there's still certain foundations that it's just kind of ingrained in him that he does follow. But he decided to lie. And they both lie and they both laugh about it. And Jada's like, hey, listen, I'm going to work, whatever, I'm leaving my door open. So in case you want to, come and fix the AC, she kisses him on the cheek. Nicole just has that look of anger and jealousy on her face. She walks off, and then they both laugh about it after telling each other about their dreams, and that pretty much ends that. Oh, Nicole, you are something else, and I mean that in the worst possible way. Stephanie. We're already getting off to a bad start with this woman. We are. We are. This chick is pretty much looking at her phone, looking on the ground, looking anywhere else instead of, which is in front of her. It makes me think that if she knocked over a woman, would she be so angry? Like, why is she so hostile? I mean, first of all, she's the one that's the jackass for not paying attention where she's going, knocking him over, and then saying, hey, buddy, watch where you're going. In my head, I'm like, is this chick serious? Now, of course, this is supposed to be one of those Cupid things, and Sunny was talking about it, and Alex is not there smiling and grinning and everything like that. So it's supposed to be a very cute, moment. Made me wonder because everyone else saw something different. A lot of people in the romance department and stuff like that, they saw it as a very lovely and cute scene. I got annoyed by it. I got annoyed by it, and it made me think for a couple of seconds, like, makes me wonder if I'm always qualified to actually do what I'm doing. And then I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't give a damn if I'm qualified or not. Um, but it made me sit there and think about it because while everyone else looked at it like a very cute and funny and romantic kind of moment, I just looked at it like, did this millennial just really knock into him and then just blamed him for it? But of course, the scene gets, well, for me, the scene gets so much worse, okay? Let's just be honest. And to be fair, they both come across as a pair of jackasses, okay? Stephanie and her acting all bitchy, Alex being trying way too hard. Um, and the thing is, even after Alex is like, listen, I'll get you another drink or whatever. And, she's like, well, I want this or whatever. And then she's all like, I'm pretty sure he's going to sit there and mess it up. I'm like, Alex, what are you doing? What do you see in this woman? Um, I mean, I know some people like feisty women, but there's feisty and then there's whatever that was. So this whole, Stephanie being bitchy, Alex being just trying way too hard. It all goes nowhere. Sunny calls Stephanie up for a PR job or whatever. And eventually Alex has to sit there and get to work. Um, so while Sunny is catching up to catching up with Stephanie, Alex, comes to the office. And Stephanie's are like, you followed me. Sweetheart, you are so not that important. You have no idea. But okay, boo. You do you. So, long story short, you know, Stephanie finds out that Alex works there. And at first, it almost made it seem like they were cousins. So Stephanie's like, oh, I'm so glad that, this didn't, go anywhere or whatever. But then they realized that they had different mothers. So technically, they're not related. Which, again, as much as I love this show, again, I always sit there and feel that these characters and their family connections are just too close together. Too close together. Okay? Eventually, Allie, Chanel, and Alex meet up. Apparently, Alex was sitting there sending a bunch of text messages about hanging out or whatever. So when they all meet up, Allie's like, or Chanel's like, hey, so we gonna go out tonight or whatever? And he's like, yeah, that's cool. Um, then he talks about how, because they're like, we're gonna sit there and be a wing woman, right, or whatever. Like, no, I'm just interested in one woman now. Okay, sure. I a lot of times I find the scenes with Chanel and Ali just pure torture. This was not really any different. But Chanel is not there talking about how she wants to sit there, or how she wants to go out with Alex again and hang out and stuff like that. And Ali's like, I don't really know because he just doesn't stop with the whole trying to, do the whole threesome thing. And at first Chanel's like, yeah, no, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. And I'm like, you know, you two didn't annoy me today, so Chanel, I kind of like where you're going with this. Normally I don't, but because you two haven't irritated me yet, we'll see about that. Um, but then she backtracks and she's like, "No, I just like the attention." You just like the attention? What are you, 12? Like, are you in high school or something? I didn't really understand that. She literally was like, "No, well, he's not there trying to get at both of us, and he's really good looking, and he can't sit there and resist us, and this, that, and the third." I'm like, so what is this, an ego trip? So once again, that little small fleeting hot moment just thank you, Chanel. Thank you for reminding me of who you are. Um, Paulina and Abe come by. Chanel demands Pauline to apologize. Paulina apologizes. Now he's like, okay, sure, whatever. You talk about being governor, and they're gonna sit there and help with the bakery sale. So at some point, again, they do want a meeting with Alex, and now Alex is just, he's just about one woman. Don't know why he picked that woman, but sure, whatever. So Kate comes to see Rome, and Rome is like, hey, what are you doing out in jail? And it turns out that Kate's sentence got reduced down to a misdemeanor and a fine. And, when Rome was like, oh, that's it? Even in my head, I was like, Rome, are you, buddy, you sound a little kind of disappointed. What did you want her to get the max? You wanted Melinda to throw the book at her? Like, what did you want? I mean, to be fair, Lucas did kidnap Sammy, and Kate knew about it. So I wouldn't even be surprised if that's literally how he did feel about it. But he did like the fact that she did take responsibility, and she left it up to the legal system, and the legal system decided, this is what we're gonna do. Um, so in case like, hey, I want to sit there and give it another try, Rome is like, why not? And at first, for a few seconds, I was like, oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. I don't know. He was so angry that the way he just kind of dropped it and kind of hugged and everything like that. I mean, I know he was like, well, we'll just sit there and take it one step at one day at a time or whatever, and just kind of go from there. But then I kind of realized that he's been thinking about forgiving her for a while. Between all the conversations he's had with Paulina and Abe and maybe John, I think. So he's been on that path for a while. And he wound up forgiving her. They all celebrate his birthday, which I'm wondering, is it the actor's real day? Is it his real life birthday? So they're all toasting and stuff like that. And Paulina's like, well, nothing can stop us now. And then some mysterious person is like lurking, you know, um, through the glass window, like through the window when they can, you can see them. Or she can see them. They can see them. I'm assuming it's probably the killer. Anyway, I feel like that's about it. I can't really think of anything else. Um, so, with that said, I think that's about it. But before I go, I've been saying in my other reviews, I'm saying in this one, there's a new feature now. Um, when you click on my page and you click to watch the video, there's a thank you, or there's a thanks button, and that's pretty much like, a little tip jar or whatever. So if you want to, if you can, anything would help. I definitely would appreciate it. Definitely helps me out, helps the channel out. Um, if you can, I understand, but if you can, you know, just an idea. As I said in my other reviews, I'm not going to be sitting there pimping that out, often because I understand just how annoying that can get. Trust me, I watch a lot of YouTubers on this platform, and even when they constantly say, if you could sit there and hit the like button, it's like, well, what if I didn't like it? Then what? I guess I can hit the dislike button too, right? And every time they just keep saying to say, hit the like button, like the more obnoxious that they are, the more it makes me want to hit the dislike button. Um, so I try not to be as obnoxious on their level. You've seen a lot of other YouTubers do that. So, with this whole YouTube business, it is a learning process, and I am constantly trying to learn. Um, just mistakes I made, always trying to improve, learning from other people. And I didn't say this in the other reviews because I didn't feel like just repeating myself like I am now. But there's a lot of people I still do learn from. Brock TV, DC Sanctuary, because he is so much more patient than I am. And JLJ Media, you know. Even though that we bump heads from time to time, the dude is very driven. And he has a really great work ethic. And it's something that I admire about him. So I'm always there learning from him and other people. And I just want to thank everyone for just sticking with the journey. I really do appreciate that. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. I guess September 1st is coming right around the corner. I thought it was the 12th, but it's the 1st. So, if you do get the subscription, that'd be great. If you don't get the subscription, then you can always sit there and watch my channel. And I'm always going to be sitting there breaking down the episodes and talking about what I liked and what I didn't like. So, that's always an option too. Anyway, and now let's sit there and think about it. A lot of times I used to sit there and watch my day's videos on YouTube. They're such badly made. Like, it's made in a certain way to sit there and jump around the copyright strike. Usually those channels after that, they want to go and belly up anyway because eventually they do want to get found out. But I wonder how they're going to do it with Peacock because that's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. I wonder if people are going to be able to sit there and put it on YouTube. And my other thing, because like with Beyond Salem, I thought I had to wait till 8 o'clock to watch it. But it turned out that it was available like within 12 at night. So on days I was off, I was able to sit down and watch it and put out my review a lot earlier, or at least do my review a lot earlier. And I'm hoping that's the same thing for days that I don't have to wait till 8 o'clock to sit there and watch it. Because that would be really nice. And it's weird because like by the time I got done with my last review, it was like 9:40 something. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'll just wait the 20 minutes and just watch it like nice and clear and HD and everything like that, and not worried about it jumping. And a lot of times when I watch stuff on on YouTube or whatever, not all of them are the full videos. So we always have to sit there and try to find the right one. Anyway, I am jumping way off topic, and I want to thank everyone for watching. Be safe, have a great, safe weekend, and I will see everyone in the next video.